Welcome back to the Real Estate Rat Pack Radio Show with Chris, Joe, and Rob. The crew is taking your calls, so dial in at 1-800-808-5548.
And welcome back to the Real Estate Rat Pack Show. You know, we're
hilarious over here.
We are, right?
Paparazzi.
We're having such a good time over here.
We're all taking
doing all the
pictures.
fun
We're on
stuff.
air.
Trying to make everything move and shake. You know, and speaking of moving, you know,
What a
Look at
segue.
that tie-in.
what
Wow.
a great segue
like
in
he's a
about
pro or
moving and
something.
shaking. You know. But you know, one of the things we talk about, relocation is extremely important. But one of the things that also is really important is finding an incredible mover. Am I not talking about the right thing there, Rob?
Absolutely, because even Joe was talking about earlier today that, you know, he says the next move he does, he wants people to come in, pack him up, take it where he's going, unpack it, get everything set in place. He said, I'll pay for that. So today we have Paige Austin Sherry with Apple Moving. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you so much for having me, Rob.
You're absolutely welcome to be here. And we were talking about moving. So you were talking about earlier about the process, is that you actually do an analytical process as well when you meet with people about what their needs are. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, sir. What we do is we will have people that either call in or they come into our location, and they have all kinds of questions. They want to know how long the process is, different pricing, things like that. They want to know.
Everyone wants to move in like right away, right? Everyone wants you to move in tomorrow.
Yes.
Can you
yes.
come in? Can you pack me up? Can we move across the state? And by the way, I have 2 hours to give you to do it in, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Everybody always wants it done right away. That's one thing that I always like to share with people during a very, very busy moving season. We always like people to call at least 2 weeks ahead of time because we are very, very, very busy.
And, and right now we're actually one of those busy movie seasons. I mean, one of the things, talk about that cycle, is the summertime, generally speaking, when most individuals are moving the most amount because school's showing up, et cetera? Or do you see a steady amount of business that's been going on throughout the year?
Actually, we do see a steady amount of business. Things have really changed for us this year. Normally, the summertime is our busy season. However, this past year, we have been busy, for, I would say, at least the last 6 months. It just looks like things are always going up. Our staff is very knowledgeable. People hear about Apple Moving. They want to use our company, and things have just been going really, really well for us.
That's great.
I literally, Rob made this. We were joking about this before the show. Rob was alluding to this. This was a serious question for me. I hate moving. I mean, with a passion. I did it 8 years ago, and once is enough.
Kim wants
And
that
he's
new
still
house.
waiting
Yes.
another 20 years before he
Yes,
moves.
so Kim is getting all the ammo she needs to close me on moving.
Now, not only do we have a home that you can go to, we've got a company that can do what you want them to do.
Yeah, I seriously didn't know that moving companies would do that. I want a company to come in, put everything in the boxes for me. I don't want to have to pack a thing. I want you to take it to my new house, unpack it all, put it back in the same drawers, all messy, just like it was.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Apple Moving would be happy to do that for you. We do have some female packers on staff. We've had a lot of people call in and request them, and we've gotten a lot of wonderful feedback.
Oh,
on
so
the
after
things
they
that-
dump the drawers from my first place, they'll put it back neatly.
Absolutely. They will be happy to do that for you.
Is that actually the reason why they want women packers? Is because they feel like they'll be more conscientious about packing and the delicate things like the china and the crystal and things of that nature?
Yes, sir, Rob. That actually has been mentioned to me before. They do like the way that they do take care of the items. They are very delicate. They're packed correctly. Not saying that men can't do that, because they certainly can, but it looks like our female pack crew has gotten a lot of praise, and they do a very great job.
I mean, I'm always in touch with my feminine side. I mean, would that rule me out?
Well, I don't give up that day job if I were you. Just saying. So, what type of issues are they concerned about when they first come to you and they say, Paige, we haven't moved in a long time. We don't know what the process is. I mean, what is their biggest concern?
They do just want to make sure that their precious valuables are really being taken care of. They have a lot of things that they've had for many years, and they just want to know that, items are not going to be scratched, are not going to be broken, that they are going to be taken care of in the way and moved as if, the movers are moving their own items themselves. they have, lots and lots of things that they've had for, like I said, many years. And they just want to know that the guys are going to take care of it and, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, I think that's true of me. I have some antique pieces and some art pieces and things like that. And that was always my number one concern. In fact, when I moved, I would always go talk to the guys. And they didn't have any women packers when the company I had called. And, of course, I'll be calling Apple from now on. But I remember one time I warned them about an armoire. And I said, if you lift the crown off, the mirror's going to fall forward. And, of course, 15 seconds later, I hear this crash.
Oh, no.
And so I said,
yeah, that's what I meant.
That's what I meant. and of course they repaired it and everything, but of course you take an antique and replace it with a contemporary mirror, it never looks the same. So I understand the concern for very valuable things that are irreplaceable. So how do you make them feel good about that process?
Well, my mother-in-law just moved a few weeks ago, and I actually went in and witnessed the move myself. I wanted to see how great the guys were doing. We had heard a couple of our crews had been, just doing phenomenal packs, and I wanted to witness it myself. I did watch them, and I watched them with the blankets and with the wrapping and the way that they just take care of the furniture and they make sure that everything is secure and they put it on the dolly, and, two guys will work together to make sure that everything is perfectly taken care of.
What kind of questions, if I'm looking at moving and, I'm not an expert in the process, I'm just a schmo that's done it once, and I am now saying I don't ever want to do that again. I do not want to be the guy to do all that. So now I'm looking at hiring a moving company. What kind of questions do I need to ask? Kim, take notes.
The kind of questions that you want to ask is you want to see if, first and foremost, if the gentlemen that are moving you are on staff. Sometimes people will...
Interesting point.
Absolutely. A lot of times there are people that are on the side of the road and they want a day job and they say, I'll move your belongings. And that's not how Apple Moving works. We actually have all of our crews are on our staff. They show up, Monday through Sunday, get there at 7, and they set up for the day. So all of the guys that we have are people that are with us every single day and that are committed strictly to Apple Moving. That's
a great question.
Well, you asked the question, but I am going to interrupt on one thing. One of the things that you asked,
yes, it is a great question, though.
It is a great
my
question
was
and
what
an
question
awesome
should we
answer,
ask?
right? But one of the things, if you go out actually to the Apple Moving website, it's really neat because you actually have a lot of these questions that they say, these are, whether you use us or not, these are questions that you need to ask into, your moving company. And there's things such as, how long you've been in business and what is your dot number. Obviously we talked about the employees. Are the employees part of you? Or are they day laborers, et cetera? Can you provide me references? And the reason I want to touch on the references is y'all have some great references that you do and that you have because you've worked so long here in the city, and you have a very long list of great realtors who refer y'all out.
Yes, sir, we do. I work very closely with Keller Williams, with Martha Turner Properties, with Remax Rewards over in Porter. We have a lot of realtors that we work with on a daily basis that I am very, very thankful for that use our services.
And that's always something good because let me tell you, it's not always that easy to get a realtor to refer you out as often as you do.
How long has Apple been in business?
Apple Moving has been in business for 12 years now. The owners are Pat Crane and Sean Dizelle. They graduated from Kingwood High School, so they are two local guys that have been in our area for quite some time.
Local boys.
Local boys. Local boys. I would like to, if I could, give a shout out to the staff at Apple Moving.
Absolutely.
They do a phenomenal job. They work very hard, extra long hours during the summer, always just very knowledgeable with all of our clients, and I couldn't be more proud of them.
Do you see that the staff and everybody has a common vision to do like excellent service, and everybody's kind of on board with that message?
One thing I can say is I always feel like they do go a step above and beyond. 5 o'clock comes around and it's not everybody grabbing their purse and their keys and they're ready to go. The phone rings, they answer it, they give quotes until, they need to be there to help that last client for the day, and they are always above and beyond.
Yeah, let's talk about that that's a great segue. And they're going to come out to your house, and they're going to give a quote. Now, tell me what they're basing these quotes on. Is it square footage, amount of furniture, and then there's variables in there. Talk about that a little bit.
It is. A lot of times people don't realize how much stuff they do actually have. And when we do quotes and we go out to the home, one of the things we look at is how much stuff do you have in your garage? How much stuff do you have on your patio? So it's not just everything that's inside your home, it's the surrounding things as well. You have different things in your yard, and it's just, so they do go by square footage. They look at everything you have, whether the furniture is, something that's heavy or lighter. Definitely, we look to see if you have a pool table, a gun safe, or a piano, and those things are extra that we have to make sure that we pay attention to, because those are very delicate items to be moved.
Now, do you outsource any of that? I know piano moving is a very specialized thing. Do you outsource that to a company that moves pianos?
We do move certain pianos, baby grands, but when it gets beyond that point, yes, sir, we do outsource.
How about pool tables? I know that's a big deal also.
We do that as well, yes.
Like, there's a lot of free pool tables out there when people are going to sell their houses and they don't want to move them. I see that happen all the time.
Exactly. Again, that's something we just have to be very delicate with, because those are items that have to be taken care of.
We're coming up on a break again.
Already?
It's flying by. Want to make sure that folks know how to get a hold of you, Paige.
All right. Well, I will tell you, our address over at Apple Moving is 2235 Atascocita Road. We have my cell phone number, and then we also have the company telephone number, 281-446-0022. You can call that number at any time for a free quote.
281-446-0022, and that is applemovinghouston.com. And let me tell you, great movers. You can do inner city moving, interstate moving, really anywhere someone needs to be moving, other than obviously, Mongolia maybe. But, you can get that taken care of.
Because that happens a lot.
Exactly, right. She has a contingency of Mongolians that are moving back. You know that?
People from the Mongolian consulate, please don't call us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love their beef.
Yes, exactly.
Me too. Got a sudden urge for Chinese food.
We are coming up against the break again. Time flies when you're having fun, but stay tuned. We'll be right back.
When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you